Alright. Uh, I almost did like sort of a formal review thing for this, with actual proper game footage that I recorded, but right now I feel like shit. My head is killing me. I don't really know why, and I'm kind of in a situation where it's still too early for me to go to bed. Uh, and I gotta do something, and I don't like taking pain meds, so I'm kind of stuck. And I can't really do anything at any great length. But I figured I might as well take, since I had time, and I can't work on what I was working on, because that might be what caused my headache. To talk about, I noticed that on the 360 at least, the demo for, Sonic Anniversary is being advertised, so I downloaded it, and I played the game for the first time. And I get asked a lot as far as my thoughts on that game. So I figured I might as well just make a video explaining my response. So let's do the whole thing. Well, just to the demo. Just my first initial thoughts here. For one, the title screen, at least for the demo, was I actually liked it a lot. It had a really nice remix of the classic Sonic opening theme. That was pretty cool. Although, actually, I think it was the outro theme to Sonic 3 mixed in there. It was kind of weird. At the end of the Sonic 3 credits, I think that tune's actually mixed in with the intro here. I'm not sure if this is just demo specific or if there's more to this than they're going to have a different theme for the official game. We obviously none of us know yet, or well, people who haven't played the game don't know yet. Anyway, but as for the actual game, I do have one thing to say. Right now, the first one, because I was most curious about it, was I played it as Classic Sonic first, because both levels are Green Hill Zone. At least a part of Green Hill Zone. I have a hard time believing that there aren't more acts of Green Hill Zone, or of all the levels in the game. But there's one part for you can play it. There's one level for Classic and one level for Modern. They're both Green Hill. And I played as Classic first, just to see what they did. And I'm saying this right now, just for future reference, based on just the demo. I swear, if I hear anyone complain about anything in terms of physics or control or anything involving frickin' Classic Sonic in this game, in terms of it's not like the old games, I am going to freaking punch someone in the face. Alright, because this is arguably the most accurate rendition of Classic Sonic in sort of 2.5D style they're going for. This is like the most this is way better than 4 in terms of sort of honestly replicating how the old controls work. There was one difference, and if anyone bitches about it, I swear you will hear from me. There was one difference where instead they did something with the this is the 360 version. A button's obviously jump, but X button is actually spin dash. Now, I was a little bit tweaked by that too, so that it seemed like a weird change. However, for one, it's actually a lot easier having the spin dash there. For two, if you really want the Classic feeling, you can still hit down and press A, and it still does the spin dash. So there's still no difference. And overall, in terms of control, I noticed a couple minor things that irked me about it. It wasn't exactly perfect. There were a couple things, but nothing worth really bitching about. But I will mention them in case you care. Hit detection on the power-up boxes was a little bit strange. I could kind of hit two at the same time, a little bit too easily because they were really close together. That wasn't really a big deal, honestly. It's not like there were Eggman boxes or Eggman televisions or whatever they may be. I noticed. I feel like. I don't know whether it's just me, but for some reason, whenever I jump, I feel like Sonic isn't jumping high enough. I don't know whether it's just. I mean, it doesn't like ruin the experience, and the platforming is set up that way. But for some reason, I feel like Sonic should be jumping a little bit higher than he is. But again, not a big deal. Another thing is that this is much like Sonic 4. It's a little bit zoomed in. However, the level is set up in such a way that this really isn't a problem. You're not going to be running into things like an idiot. Let's see. On top of that, there was one other thing. What was it? I'm trying to remember. There's something else. Oh yes, loops. Certain ones, not all of them. When I first spotted this, I thought we had Sonic Next Gen problems on our hands, and I was going to flip out. I thought for a moment that you're able to walk the loop like you could in Sonic Next Gen, and that would have really pissed me off. No. That isn't the case. For one, most of the loops don't have any force in terms of, walking them, you will fall off. You can't walk up them. If you stop in the middle of them, you'll fall. I mean, physics work properly. But there are a handful of ones that are meant to be, I guess you could call them animation loops, where you go up them, the game literally forces Sonic to keep running until he's through the loop. And that's usually like when the camera changes and Sonic goes up a loop and then spirals downward. A neat effect like that, where you're not really in control of the game. Anyway, you can't walk on it, as it turns out, because they compensated for that problem by making so the game literally forces Sonic to keep running on them. You can go back through them, you can go forward through them, you just can't stop on them. And honestly, that's fine. They only happen like once or twice, if that. And they're short little animation loops. It looks kind of cool. It's not a big deal. It's not as dumb as being able to stop on them and stand upside down. I don't really mind that. And all the normal loops work just fine. I mean, there's no issue with them. So overall, the classic Sonic, it was actually pretty fantastic. Now, in terms of sound, the remix of Green Hill Zone's theme on the classic Sonic's end is really good. I really like it. It's not even much of a remix. It's more of a remastering. It's literally the same song, just with better clarity, better sound work going on. But otherwise, it's literally the same song. And of course, the game looks beautiful. I mean, the graphics are just as good as Unleashed were. So no problems there. Modern Sonic is basically, if you played Sonic Colors, you're going to know what to expect minus power-ups. It's just like Sonic Unleashed. There was one change, though, that drove me up the wall. And I know why they did this, but it pissed me off. I know one of the big complaints, not really a big complaint, but one thing people bitched about, one little thing about Unleashed people bitched about, is that they changed which button homing attack is. Where it used to be double jump. In all the other games, it was always double jump. But at least they changed it to where once you jump, or to homing attack, you hit X. Or I guess if you're playing the PS3 version, you hit square. No idea on the Wii version. But it wasn't double jump. Well, for this one, they changed it back, and I cannot truly express how freaking disorienting that is. To get used to a system that was fully established in the game that introduced the Hedgehog engine and everything. Maggie, don't start barking. I'm in the middle of something. To work with a system like that for a whole game, and then all of a sudden next game they just change it. It was so disorienting. I kept hitting X and boosting, and I know why they did it. It's actually a lot easier to have boost and homing attack be the same button because they both dash forward. It was a sensible change. Now that I see what the other option would be, and in fairness, I can adjust to it. But this right here is a case in point of why certain complaints that people make about Sonic games probably are just looking for issues, like looking for little shit to bitch about, because this is a change that probably should have stayed, but they changed it back for this game. Again, it's not a big deal. It really isn't. I'm not complaining about it so much as just being irritated that they felt the need to do it, because there wasn't a reason to. It actually made more sense being the other way. I mean, I'll be able to adjust to it. You'll be able to adjust to it. It's not going to be a problem, but it's not going to be any more of an issue than when they changed it to X in the first place. I don't. It's just retarded. But otherwise, modern Sonic is much the same as you'd expect from Unleashed and Colors and games, using the Hedgehog engine. It's really the same game. Or the same system. It's just set, with different levels. And the 3D version of Green Hill Zone looks really good. Now, overall, there's one thing as I was playing it that really irked me about it. And just reminded me just how much I can't stand it when people nitpick the shit out of Sonic games, and they don't admit they're nitpicking. They're just, saying these are huge problems, shit like that. And there was one complaint that was always given when it came to basically every Sonic game between right now and since Adventure 2. It's not enough like the old ones. Alright, I'm going to be honest and up front with you right now. I've gotten so sick of hearing that. And I've gotten so sick and tired of all these fanboys and fangirls who are so up the ante on nostalgia that they can't stand to play any Sonic game that is in any way, doing something different from the old games. I'll be honest with you right now. I honestly find the gameplay for modern Sonic and Sonic Anniversary to be a bit more fun than classic Sonic. I really do. I really do find it a lot more enjoyable. I'm sorry. You can bitch at me all you want, but it's the truth. And that's not to say classic Sonic is bad. I am just so burnt out about people saying, no, make it like the old ones, make it like the old ones. And now that I'm actually playing a game that really, truly, accurately represents what the old games were like, now I'm just kind of burnt out on it. I'm just like, well, you got what you wanted. It's just like the old ones. I mean, and nostalgia is wonderful. Don't get me wrong. But, look, there's a reason why I still stand by the Sonic series, and that's because Sega, quite frankly, especially since the Dreamcast, has not been afraid to try new things. Every single Sonic game since SA2 has been an experiment. And some were really awful ideas. Shadow the Hedgehog was a really bad idea. And honestly, Black Knight was a really bad idea on paper. In execution, it actually turned a lot better than what I was afraid it was going to be. But my point is that Sega tries hard to I Sonic fresh and do new things with him, and they get nothing but ridicule for it. And now that I am playing something that they finally gave everyone what they wanted. Here you go. You gave you Sonic 4, you bitch. Here you go, people. Here, it's classic Sonic in 3D. You're all gonna love it. It's just the same as it always was, and it is. And it annoys me because it's like this is a game that could have easily been left classic Sonic out, and it still could be considered a good game. And I'm not bitching that classic Sonic is here. I don't mind that he's here. It's a really good idea. I really enjoy the concept. It's really fun playing through classic levels in 2.5D with a classic Sonic sprite style. I don't mind any of that. What I don't like is the bitching. I don't like the complaints. I don't like this idea that Sonic can't be good unless he's behaving, unless he's in a game that's modeled directly after the old games. You know what? If that's the way you're gonna fucking be about this shit, and that's how you're gonna be, and that's how fucking biased you're gonna be about a damn video game that's so much to the point that you can't stand to see the game do anything other than what it originally did, then you can do one of two things. You can either A, go play the fucking old games. Or play some of the fan games that are based off of the old games, or make your own little ROM hack if you want something new based in that style, okay? And fucking two, go find a different series. Go play, frickin' Legend of Zelda, because God knows they do the same shit every time. It's the same damn game when it comes to Legend of Zelda. I'm sorry, Zelda fans, but that's one complaint I have with the series, is that there really is not a great deal of difference between Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess. Alright? Other than loose plot elements and, different bosses and stuff. I mean, the core game is the same. Is the fucking same. So, you go play that then, if you want to play the same thing over and over and over again. Have fucking fun. I will stay with the series that isn't afraid to try different things, that isn't afraid to do take a concept and tweak it a little bit, to change something. There's nothing wrong with change as long as it's, for the better, or, to do something different but good. I understand. I was pissed about the Guns in Shadow 2. And I understand that Sonic Heroes was weird as shit, although it really wasn't that bad of a game overall. And I understand that Next Gen was a complete and total insult to the entire series, and we should never speak of it again. But, goddamn it, Secret Rings and Black Knight were not bad games. Like you know, Sega has made good games using different concepts. This is nothing new. I just don't get why a lot of the fans feel the need to want this one thing so badly. Replicate the old games. You know, go play the old games. I'm sorry, you know. Oh boy. I'm glad I got that off the chest. You know, and I don't want to undermine anybody. I'm not trying to be a dick about this. It's just one thing that really bothers me about the Sonic fan base, and you know, being a big Sonic fan myself, it irritates me more than most, because I just don't understand this need to want to just play the same thing over and over and over again. Games evolve. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as it's still fun to play. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I think I'm going to go lie down because my headache has actually gotten worse after talking through this. So I'm going to upload this and then go lie down somewhere and probably have another shot of whiskey or something. God damn it. Anyway, this is Darkness, and I bid you all a fond farewell.